Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
But it's Sunday.
Thank God it's Sunday.
How do I know it's Sunday? I slept till almost after 10. Didn't go to church again.
Well, doggy.
It's Sunday soon.
Sunday will never be the same.
I could have been at a barbecue.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Brenda Man and Donna playing the best independent artist on the Yanki and the Brit Show.
On a Saturday night. It should be about scones and crumpets and clotted cream, but instead you're making me scream.
Maybe you're at the end of a 50-hour work week and it's Friday night. Maybe you just turned 21 and you're having the time of your life. Maybe you're falling in love. Maybe you're breaking up. And there's a steel guitar playing or a bass paycheck just to see this show tonight. I wanna hear a song you can drink a beer to, dance all night, cry if you want to. Remember how good it was back then. Forget why your heart is breaking. Raise your glass, tip it back. Nothing else in the world makes you feel like that. Wherever you're standing, whatever your point of view, there's something about a song you can drink a beer to. Something you can sing along to, nod your head to, shake your ass to. Something you can hold on to. And you wanna hear a song you can drink a beer to, dance all night, cry if you want to. Remember how good it was back then. Forget why your heart is breaking. Raise your glass, tip it back. Nothing else in the world makes you feel like that. Wherever you're standing, whatever your point of view, there's something about a song you can drink a beer to. Drink a beer, drink beer, I'll drink a beer, I wanna drink a beer,
Matt Van Fossen.
I must have had me in mind when he was coming up with your design. Got every guy in the club. I knew up like a 10-point look with your black dress and your sun-kissed skin, looking all sweet and innocent. Oh, how could any guy resist? Got the beat in my chest. Go away. Boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom. Those moves you do got me going. Ooh, baby, ooh. Knock me off my bar, screw it down on one and label. You should pay illegal, baby. Boom, chugga, boom. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but hey, girl, what's in that cup? Is it sweet and weak or backwoods strong? Something that'll make you want to ride along and take a back roads, cross the county lines, blowing stop signs like Bonnie and Clyde. Girl, you got me mesmerized. Just close your eyes and let fate decide. Boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom. Those moves you do got me going. Ooh, baby, ooh. Knock me off my bar, screw it down on one and label. You should pay illegal, baby. Boom, chugga, boom. Yeah, my truck, it gets to rocking. It'll probably sound something like boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom. Those moves you do got me going. Ooh, baby, ooh. Knock me off my bar, screw it down on one and label. You should pay illegal, baby. Boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom. Those moves you do got me going. Ooh, baby, ooh. Knock me off my bar, screw it down on one and label. You should pay illegal, baby. Boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom. Boom, chugga, boom.
Yankee and the Brit Sunday Independent Night. Hello. Need to do a quick check on weather. Here's Tom Hale from News 12.
Again overnight, strong storms take aim on Texoma. Hi, I'm News 12 meteorologist Tom Hale. Even though we didn't have a 5:30 newscast, join us at 10 o'clock. Here's what I'm going to be looking at. Just like last night, where storms rolled through in the morning hours, dropping afternoon high temperatures into the 90s, tonight we're looking at a storm east of Denver that's going to do the same thing, except it'll get here between 4 and 7 in the morning, with a slight risk of severe storms across our northwestern counties and a marginal risk down to the Red River. Here's what we can expect. Wee hour storms with wind gusts 50 to 70 miles an hour, heavy rain, and some minor flooding, and of course, frequent lightning. So, download the KXII New Weather Authority app, because we're going to be geo-targeting your neighborhood to wake you up when you hear thunder and let you know what's going on. And again, join us tonight at 10.
Hi, this is Dan Conley, and you are listening to the Yankee and the Brit.
The following is a true story. Only the names have been changed to protect the not-so-innocent.
Staring at the wall with a different point of view. Looking back at it all, there's nothing different I would do. When the summer starts to fall, you gotta try something new. Here's a game we're gonna play, dedicated just to you. Day drinking the day away. Day drinking like we're on a holiday. When I got your call, when I got the news, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. And after all these miles, and after all these years, there's still something in your smile. You seem to wipe away the tears. Day drinking the day away. Hey! Day drinking like we're on a holiday. You know what I'm talking about. When the day is done and the lights go down, no need to quit as long as you're still here in town. Hey! Here we go. Day drinking the day away. Hey. Day drinking
what you're thinking. Am I listening to the Yanki and the Brit Show? Well, you might want to ask yourself this question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Work is down and the jobs are few. Doesn't look like it's gonna change. It's getting cold and the kids got the flu. If I had $1 I could save. Money's gone and the tax is high. Nothing more again, just the same. The river's low and the banks are dry. Wish I could make it rain. Wish I could make it rain. Wish I could make it rain. I wanna make it rain. Just wanna make it rain. Building houses no one could buy. Farmers can't grow any food. Stock market is about to die. Price keeps rising for the crew. Empty promises and hope and change. Fingers pointing, who's to blame? Nothing more again, just the same. Wish I could make it rain. Wish I could make it rain. Wish I could make it rain. I wanna make it rain. Just wanna make it rain. I just wanna make it rain. 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 Rain, rain, rain. Just wanna make it rain. Just wanna make it rain. Just wanna make it rain.
Chase me, taste me. Would you miss a chance to find out why we don't care for others and don't even bother to meet someone else with you on my mind? Take me, break me, make me feel I wanted to. Lay me down, tour with me, fool around, play with me, show me all that you can do. Taste me, make your fantasies come true. Come on, get closer to me. Closer, all over. Some things you can't find. Oh, take me, break me, make me feel I wanted to. Make me feel I wanted to. Lay me down, tour with me, fool around, play with me, show me all that you can do, all that you can do. Taste me, make your fantasies come Tell me, did you like
Yankee and the Brit Independent Sunday night. Jimena Arroyo and Johnny Cook and True. Brand new music for us from, where are they from? Spain, I think? Norway?
Madrid in Spain.
Is it Madrid? Is that the ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful music.
We
Great
have had
stuff.
some amazing music this week sent through to the email. You guys
I
are
know.
the bestest
I've been waiting
ever.
for Sunday to play it. Good stuff. Got all
So-
kinds of good new music this week.
Yes. Good
And these are
evening,
people
Sunday
that
night.
these are people that saw our listing on was it on ISA?
Yeah, the International Songwriters Association.
Songwriter and
page.
singer.
Yeah, International Singer and Songwriter Association.
Yeah, something like
page.
that. We'll get used to it.
Yeah, there's absolutely all sorts of people on that page, you know, all sorts of walks of life, and they're all sending the music through to us, and
Yes,
they get
and
played right here.
Thank
on
you,
Yankee
everyone,
Brit
for sending your music, too. We will play it eventually. If you don't hear it right away, we will get to it. We just have so much coming in. It's great. I love it. Thanks for making us a part of your world. Pretty cool.
Big shout out to Curtis Brayley if you're listening. I just love that tune. Really.
Yeah, you do. It's not often you request a song.
I've been listening to it about 4 times today. I think I'm addicted.
Is that why I seen you in here bopping your head?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was partying hard.
Sir Thomas A. Rollins Sr. Hello, lad. How are you, mate?
Yes, Thomas is there. Brenda the Blender's
Brenda, the
tuning
working
too.
fool.
And top of the hour, we are going to be having Kent Maxson joining us. And you guys have heard his song about 1 million times on this show because we just love it. So hopefully we will get to speak to the guy.
Yeah.
behind the
Did you
music.
post up? Did you refresh everybody's brain about that too? That he's going to be here tonight.
I don't know if I refreshed the brain, but I did mention it.
Yeah, that refreshing thing is kind of tough on people. Thomas says he's a little sore. Had to work on a riding mower and a push mower. You had to work on them or you had to use them? I need another riding mower, one that runs. I have an idea.
You do?
Yeah.
What's the idea?
For the train instead of.
As in, you're going to sit your train on top of it. The whole
Basically,
thing.
yeah.
Oh
it
my
would be,
gosh!
yeah. But I don't know if I can do it because the axle
How would
is
a
too
riding
wide.
mower support all that weight?
Well, no, just the parts from it, not the whole
Oh, all
frame
right,
and
all
everything.
right. I'll let you.
I know that thing's getting heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still got to add on another 5 feet on the back end yet.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be 16 feet long when it's done.
Yeah,
it'll be a foot shorter than the other one.
A foot.
A foot, 12 inches.
Not that I'm going to notice, but yeah, Randy's been working. He's officially started to build. They're starting to come together now. His new train. I'm quite excited to see what's going to come of this.
I know. Since we don't have any money, I could just using up the stuff I have and go till I run out.
So if we wake up tomorrow when there's no roof, it's because Randy's been up in the night taking the roof off to build the side of the train. If we get a corrugated perspex side of the train, then he's been taking it off someone's greenhouse.
Well, this one I'm trying to do it the right way. You know, build it frame first, then the wheels, and then the inside. Not like I did the other one where I did what I could here, did what I could there, this and that, and, you know, which I've got batteries. Lee Godfrey is the man. So
the man.
We'll know over the next couple of days. I think it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll get to do anything out there. I get in the shop as much as I can, but I welded a new battery mount for the batteries today, and I'm so excited.
You didn't tell me I looked like a drowned rat when we saw Lee Godfrey last night. We got steps out the door.
It was
to get in
raining
the
like a
truck.
sunbitch.
Yeah, and it was raining so heavy, and I tried to get in the truck, and just the way Randy had parked, it was just too high up for me to climb in.
She's
And
trying to get in and trying to get in the truck and trying to get in the truck, and it's raining harder.
Yeah, and my hands were wet from the rain, so I couldn't grip on anything tight. So and he doesn't have handles inside his truck, so all I had was the dash.
And all I could do was sit there and laugh.
So there I was getting more and more wet, and this was on the way out to go and meet Lee Godfrey.
It was great.
And yeah, you didn't tell me I looked like Godzilla by the time I got there.
The drowned rat fit perfect.
Yeah, he must have wondered what the hell I was.
It was just having a gay old time then. Loved it.
Thomas said, "I'd like to ride the train when you're done with it." I'm not sure whether he's ever going to be done with it.
Well,
if I'm honest.
Here's the catch.
There's a catch?
Yeah, getting in it. It's just not easy. I didn't build it that way. I wish I would have now.
Well,
I
you've
wish
not
I'd
built it yet, so you can can make a
No,
big...
this one is different.
No, you can make a big bulge for arches. What?
This one is different. I'm talking about the original one that'll be running here quick.
Okay.
That... Well, you'll have to wait and see the video, then, because if you ache, like you say, and stuff, I don't know if you'll be able to get in the thing or not. And once you get in, I don't know if you'll be able to get out because of the way I built it. But I wish I'd have put a door on it instead of the way I did it. But, you know, it's the first time I ever built anything, and especially something that big, so I just kind of winged it as I went along. But now I have more tools and a little more knowledge.
That's the thing, you know all this. You know, you're like that clever when you put this stuff together, but you're just not a thinker. You're just not a thinker to go and put a door there.
No, I did think about it.
You did?
I did originally, but I don't like the looks of that because I've seen so many of them where they put a door on the side, and I think it looks corny. It takes away from the overall look that it's supposed to be a train. You know, trains don't have that kind of door on it like you.
I'm not being funny though, but in real life, those type of trains that you've got out there, nobody climbs in the top of them.
I know that, but when you close the top, it looks like a train should look. It doesn't have a big open door that you can just step in like a car. And that's kind of what you have to have, really.
Well, that train outside,
but I didn't want that
Thomas.
look, so I did it the way I did it. But now that I did it the way I did it, it's like, well, I'm going to have to suffer and find a way to put a door in, but to hide it. And I think I got that figured out with this one. So.
Well, that train outside, Thomas, is about as tall as me, and I'm 5'5".
It's 64 inches.
64 inches.
And it's just about as tall as you are.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So you've got to be taller than me or a very, very big step ladder.
Well, you don't get in like the Duke boys either because the window's too small.
How do you get in? I've never seen you climb in.
The step ladder.
Oh.
You go up the step ladder, then you step over and down into it. That's why I said I don't think he could ever get
So
in.
I guess you have to make sure that you arrive back in the place that you started off at so you can get back out.
Well, no, that's why I have people like you to carry the ladder over to wherever. You know, someone have to put the CB in and put one in the house so I can call you and say, breaker 19, I'm stuck.
Can't we have those cool little walkie-talkies?
I have a set.
I want a walkie-talkie. That would be cool.
I got to find them, though. It's got the headgear and the voice-activated mic, but I don't know where they are. They're probably up there in the attic.
No, I want one of those little, you know, like ones that you use.
I got one of them, too, remember? You've seen it before.
I don't know.
Well, you have. Oh, I know you have.
A CB would be boring. No, I want one of those little things that you have when you're a kid, you know, the little...
That's a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Oh. Well, that's kind of what these headset things are. But you just put it on your head and you clip the pack on your side, and then you just talk, and when you talk, it turns the mic on.
Can you imagine the call I get from Randy to tell me that he's derailed and fat face?
I'm on the side, my head's gashed open, and I'm bleeding to death. I've fallen and I can't get up.
The trials and tribulations of being a Bradley.
Why can't you get to Texas? You know how to drive. One of these days, we'll see. I don't know. I hope it runs. I still got wires, I've noticed, as I dig around in there and clean and repaint everything after it's sat around all these years, that are still pretty bare and frayed, and some are chewed off. So, you know, the first test is to put the batteries in and just hook them up and see what happens. And that's what I was saying last night about the smoke test. If nothing smokes, it might be all right. If something smokes, then I'm going to have to figure out what the hell the problem is. But there's no reason it shouldn't work.
I just hope that there's nothing ever that goes wrong that makes that horn stay on forever. Remember when it happened to the truck? Something happened with the truck and the horn was just constantly blowing all the way down the road.
You know what I'm
That better
waiting
not
for?
happen with your train.
You know what I'm waiting for?
What are you waiting
is the
for?
nighttime ride. That's the one I'm waiting for. I could turn all the lights on, blow that fucking horn, and wake the neighbors up. That's what I'm talking about. It's called money. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I build it as I build things, you know. As I go around over time, I pick up parts, pieces, and things, you know, because it's all built from scrap generally. I don't buy anything but the important stuff like the motors and the chains and the stuff you have to have. But everything else, the whole body was made out of 2x4s that I ripped into 2x2s and framed it all up. And the body, the metal for the body is old sign panels that were had been out in the sun for so long. I had to grind all the old crap off of them, and it's just a lot of work. But I enjoy it. That's my hobby. I think everybody should have a hobby of some sort. Well, anyways, let's go back to the musica.
Is that a hint?
Kent Maxson will be here in just a little while. So I say let's do this.
You're all over the road with Randy and Donna Bradley, and quit tailgating.
This is John Kinsey, Dirt Road Master, with the Yankee and the Brit on an independent Sunday night. Nice to have y'all tuned in. Hello.
so right. Our song on the radio, roadside dancing, let's take it slow. The road, a late night, girl, that sounds so right. Our song on the radio, roadside dancing, let's take it slow. Out here where the blacktop ends, out where the night and the girl begin.
Josh Bearden. Come Back Girl. On a Sunday, independent night.
We both said some things that we don't want to hear. Go on and walk away. I'm gonna get myself in gear. Price of doing wrong ain't never gonna change. And I am like a rolling stone, I'm gonna roll away. And I'm sitting at this bar, and I'm trying to think. With this cold glass, I'm about to drink. Sitting around here washing all of my pain away, knowing if you don't come back, girl, it'll drive me insane. When you walked out the door, there were tears in your eyes. Instead of reaching for you, I just gave you a smile. Now I'm sitting at this bar and I don't know what to do. They just called for last call and I ordered a few. And I'm sitting at this bar and I'm trying to think. With this cold glass I'm about to drink. Sitting around here washing all of my pain away, knowing if you don't come back, girl, it'll drive me insane. And I'm sitting at this bar, and I'm trying to think. With this cold glass, I'm about to drink. Sitting around here washing all of my pain away, knowing if you don't come back, girl, it'll drive me insane. Knowing if you don't come back, girl, it'll drive me insane.
don't shake hands like I used to, back when I was young and strong. These years have taken most of me, with crippled hands and sight that's gone. I heard always save for a rainy day, life lessons that went wrong. This beat up bag that I carry on my arm, it holds everything I own. I'll keep living for tomorrow, feel the sunshine on my face, chase the raindrops from the clouds, sing a song out loud, you should hear me pray. If I make it to tomorrow, I'll let go of yesterday. So if you pass me on the street, don't shed a tear for me. God gave me all I need. These tattered clothes that I'm wearing, they don't bother me at all. They remind me of where I came from and all the hard work that I've done. Wrinkles that I'm feeling, if they could only write a song. Describing all the memories that we shared, but loves that now are gone. I'll keep living for tomorrow, feel the sunshine on my face, chase the raindrops from the clouds, sing a song out loud, you should hear me pray. If I make it to tomorrow, I'll let go of yesterday. So if you pass me on the street, don't shed a tear for me. God gave me all I need. Shouldn't take a blind man to help you see the person you should be. Stop and take the time to notice all this life holds for you and me. I'll keep living for tomorrow, feel the sunshine on my face, or taste those raindrops from the clouds. God gave me all I need. God gave me all I need. God gave me all I need.
Catherine Shipley, God Gave Me All I Need. Sunday, Yankee and the Brit Independence Sunday. Kent Maxson, the man of the hour, going to be joining us here in just a little bit. We're going to get into some of his music, so sit back and enjoy the new tunage. We're going to kick it off with The Minutes She Remembers, Easy, Drunk a Little More, and then either before or after one of his coolest tunes, 6 Strings Away From My Dreams.
You know that's my favourite one.
That's
didn't
right.
you?
Let's get into it. Here he is, Kent Maxson.
Or lease in the morning.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Excellent.
Broadcasting around the world. This is your #1 internet radio station. The music you love right here, right now.
Brenda Man and Donna playing the best independent artists on the Yanki and the Brit Show.
Kent Maxson, The Minutes She Remembers.
I have to wake her up, 'cause she don't wake up on her own. She asked about Aunt Mary, who died 10 years ago. And did you hear that they shot JFK? The funeral's on TV today. The past and the present are all the same. She don't know who I am most of the time. I fight back tears 'cause she's lost in years that I don't recognize. Then the light comes on and I'm her child, and I feel myself surrender to the moment I've been waiting for. Those minutes she remembers. She looks like my mama, and her voice still sounds the same. I know she'd say I love you if she only knew my name. A stranger in her own house that she lived in all her life. She resides in her own world now. I only wish it was still mine. She don't know who I am most of the time. I fight back tears 'cause she's lost in years that I don't recognize. Then the light comes on and I'm her child, and I feel myself surrender to the moment I've been waiting for. Those minutes she remembers. Every day on this earth is truly a gift, but those minutes she remembers are truly heaven sent. She don't know who I am most of the time. I fight back tears 'cause she's lost in years that I don't recognize. Then the light comes on and I'm her child, and I feel myself surrender to the moment I've been waiting for. Those minutes she remembers. I tell her, Mom, I love you. In the minutes she remembers. Sitting next to you on a Tuesday night, your hand in mine and it feels so right. Talking about everything, don't have to be afraid to say something wrong that will push you away. It's like, oh, the gravity that's pulling me. Oh,
been so long looking for what we got. There's my dreams, there's your dreams, there's dreams for us. And everyone's coming true because it's life. Oh, the gravity that's pulling me home. The river running to the sea. Oh, some things just kind of happen on their own. Being with you is so easy. It's so easy. It takes no effort. We've been the gravity that's pulling me home, the river running to the sea. Oh, some things just kind of happen on their own. Oh, the gravity that's pulling me home, the river running to the sea. Oh, some things just kind of happen on their own. Being with you is so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Kent Maxson and Easy. Here's Kent Maxson again, drunk a little more.
Do not press play.
Whoops. Hold the thought right there.
Hold it, hold it.
Do not want to miss a phone call, that's for sure.
Hello, good evening. Is this Kent Maxson?
Yes, it is.
Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes, awesome, awesome. You talk a lot like you sound when you sing. Some people don't.
Okay.
What's he supposed
I hope
to sound
that I hope I talk in tune.
I hope so too. We've been playing your song for the past couple of months.
You might want to tighten up that G string a little bit.
Yeah.
How are you and where are you tonight?
I am great. I'm in my studio in Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, it's a nice night. Beautiful outside.
Yes, and I hear you are from McKinney. Is that right?
No, I lived there for many years. I actually grew up in Midland, Texas, but I lived in McKinney for 22 years.
Were you ever an oil man?
My dad was.
Yeah?
Yeah, my dad worked in the oil business pretty much my entire life.
And you're not walking in his shoes, huh?
No. I should have. It made life a little easier, I'm sure. When I graduated from college, I went to Texas Tech. There was no job openings for country western star or rock star. They were all for the oil business. So I had to move other places.
Boy, back then McKinney must have been nothing but ranches, wasn't it?
We moved to McKinney in it was December of '91, and it was a tiny town then. One of the reasons we chose there was that it was small, and we couldn't afford the price of housing inside of closer to Dallas.
Oh, I was just saying to you in the email just a couple of weeks ago that Randy will probably explain it to you better than I can, but you wouldn't even recognize it now.
I was back there, I'm going to say in 2015 or 16, somewhere in there. And it was. It looked like Plano did. The overpasses had been built to these monstrosities, and the service roads were no longer country roads; they were actual small freeways. So it had changed.
It's crazy around here how fast things are growing. They can't put the buildings up fast enough. Housing boom is just like they say there's generally like 1,000 people a day moving to what they call the triangle, between Dallas, Houston, and Austin, I think it is. It's just insane.
We've got kind of the same thing going on out here in Nashville. if I remember correctly, they said we have 100 people a day moving into the Nashville area.
Wow. I used to live outside of Nashville, but that was in, when was that? Late 80s, I think? 90s, maybe early
What area?
90s?
What area?
Out Kingston Springs.
Yeah. I got some friends. As a matter of fact, I got a cousin, or second cousin, that lives out there.
White Bluff is actually the little town I lived in, about, 4 or 5 miles or so.
Yeah, I've driven through it. I haven't ever stopped in it, but I did drive through there.
Yeah,
I got
I
some
loved that.
friends from that area. Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time worked at the Petro fuel stop out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I met her, driving truck. But what a great place, man! I love Tennessee. Beautiful. I love the green. Is the main thing that I like about it.
Yeah. When I moved out here the very first time, I had kind of like claustrophobia in a way, because I grew up out. There was no such thing as a mountain. I mean, if you stood on a beer can, you could see 20 miles out in West Texas. And I came out here, and I was just smitten. I do not plan at this time in my life to ever leave Tennessee. I may go. My wife and I are talking about maybe moving out in a little town or out on a lake. It's close by here, about a 90-minute drive. But as of now, I'm about a mile and a half from Broadway, and not far from Music Row, and I'm loving what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's why I left Ohio and came to Texas. Same reason. I'd had enough of it. Even though I missed the green. I mean, we have green here. We're in North Texas. We're not far from the Oklahoma border. We have lots of green, but, like this last month or so, it's been over 100 degrees, and everything's just, the grass is browning out, and the pretty green is gone. So I do miss that.
Yeah, I talk to my dad almost every day on the phone, and he always asks me, why'd I move out there? And it's like, because I don't like the temperature out there. It's a little warm.
Yeah, it is. Now you'd have to stand on a case of beer to be able to see over all the houses.
Well, I am going to get back there. It's kind of interesting. When you posted the ad on my Facebook page about it, I just got barraged with emails and texts from people about, are you going to be playing in Bells, Texas? And now it's just a radio
Sorry,
interview.
that's my fault.
No, that's fine. Because what's happened out of it is a bunch of old friends have contacted me and acquaintances, and they want me to come out there and play. And I just didn't think anyone in Texas really cared. So I'm looking at right now trying to do a small little tour through there and play a few places. I like doing house concerts more than I do bars and clubs and things, because they're so much more intimate, and you get to know people better, and it kind of fits what I do a little bit better.
You could come and sing to my dog.
Your dog may get even with you for that.
He might start singing along with you if I know Alfred.
Yeah.
So when did you get started with your music, Mr. Kent Maxson?
Well, if you get really just technical about it, I started writing songs when I was in first grade.
What? Was that first letter to that little girl sitting next to you?
Well, now that's another story, because when I was around fifth grade, I started writing them down on music paper and putting construction paper on them, stenciling in names of the songs and selling them to my classmates for a nickel or a dime. But no, in first grade, I guess the first thing I ever remember writing, I couldn't write anything down, was just walking along and singing I can't even tell you the name of the song, but in making up a song. And my family got a piano, and my mom wouldn't let me take piano lessons until I reached a certain age, but I was allowed to play on it. And so I would go in on the piano, and I would, if I was mad, I'd be banging on it. If I was happy, I found the notes that were happy. If I was sad, I found the notes that were sad. And so it was kind of an extension for me and I just found that I could, whatever I was feeling inside, I could communicate through this magical little keyboard. And so then when I did start taking piano lessons, then I got dangerous, and from there, went into the guitar and other stuff.
That's beautiful.
So what's your earliest musical memory?
Well, memory just of music at all? I guess I would have to say sitting in church with my mom and my dad. I can remember singing hymns, probably between the ages of 3 and 5, somewhere in that time frame. That's my earliest memory of any kind of music.
Is your mom and dad or anybody in your family sing or play any instruments?
My mom is a church organist, and she actually, when I was, I'm going to say probably in 8th and 9th grade, wanted me to become a church organist, not full time, but but to be able to assist at church. She always thought music was a good hobby, so I took organ lessons for a while, and I never got to it. And when I was in college, there was a little town outside of Lubbock called Post, and they had a church there that needed an organist, and the minister there was a friend of my family, and so they ended up hiring me to be their organist for, I think, about a year and a half, 2 years. And then they decided they better get a real one. So I don't even remember what the original. But my mom's an organist, and my dad was actually a French horn player and wanted to major in music, but his father, from what I understand, said that he wasn't going to be a musician, and so he went to the oil business by way of geology, and he's a bass singer and was kind of like the staple. Him and my mom were very active in the church choir, so yeah, I'd say they were both musically inclined, and they both loved music.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
So tell us about our favourite Kent Maxson song. How'd you come up with that one?
I wish I could take credit for it, but I can only take credit for discovering the hook. I have a very good friend here. When I moved back here, I was here in Nashville originally from 83 to 92, end of December 91, so 92. And then I moved away to McKinney for 22 years. And when I came back, I started, and that was in January of 2014. I started reconnecting with the people that I had lost contact with, and I met some new ones. And so one of the people I met is a gentleman by the name of Randy Fincham. And Randy and I just hit it off and became best friends and started writing. And he's actually the very first person I started writing with again when I moved back to town. So over the years, we'd write, we'd go to each other's shows and this, that, and the other. And one day he said, I got this song I want to play for you. And he played from this song. And it was a neat song. But when he's finished, I told him, I said, it's a really nice song, but you missed the hook. And buried in that song, and by the way, the hook is usually the title of the song, but it's the one that's the payoff line. And in that song that he had written was the line, I'm 6 strings away from my dreams. And I said, man, that's the song. So I said, would you be willing to rewrite it and write another one? And he said, sure. So we started writing it. And the song really is about, whenever you co-write with someone, you both bring in elements. And since I had left the music business and worked in the audio industry, worked for a very large speaker manufacturer. I had worked in corporate jobs and sat behind a desk, traveled around. I've been in more hotel rooms, on business than I care to remember. So, but you do what you have to do to provide and take care of your family. And so I have no beefs or complaints about, why I did it. But there was always this emptiness inside of me. And so for me, when I got back and I started singing and playing songs and writing songs again, I cannot describe to you the fulfillment that comes about, the satisfaction of when you're doing what you feel like you were created to do. And so that's kind of what I think I brought into it a little bit about getting paid in this business is tough. It's and in some ways there's disdain by other occupations, be it accountants, hospitality workers, whatever.
Right.
Disdain for musicians, but everyone wants music. But it's kind of like you can't do anything else, so you became a musician. And so, but the other side of it is when you write a song and you touch somebody, it's magical. I cannot. Man, if I had a dime for every time someone came up to me, after a show or after they heard one of my songs and said, how that affected them, or how that was such a great song, or I cried on that one, or, when you know that you touched somebody, then for me, life has meaning. And so every one of the people that I hang out with, the musicians and songwriters, we all dream of our music being heard on a larger scale. I've been fortunate and had some, a couple of hits and some things happen that have given me, that's some of that satisfaction. But you still want your music to be heard, and so you're always just 6 strings away from your dreams. Making a difference in this world, making something meaningful for somebody else. Sorry to talk so much. I got long-winded. I apologize.
That's all right.
This is what you're here for.
The first time I heard that song, I says to Randy, I says, "Hey, come and listen to this." And
I haven't been able to get it out of my head for at least 2 weeks. Every day that song is going through my head.
Yeah, it gets played every single show.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
It says so much. I understand exactly what you mean in your explanation. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It just says everything you want to say about a man in your position, or a man in that man's position that you picture the song coming from.
It's kind of become in its short life. It's kind of become my theme song, and I say that because up till that point, my claim to fame was, I wrote some stuff with Garth Brooks, and I had a gold record with Gary Allan. So every show I had to play my gold record song. That's the one that people come to hear. And then this thing came out, and there's in Nashville, there's so many everyone and their dog out here writes songs, plays music, and the guy who sacks your groceries is a better guitar player than I am. I mean, it's just like the talent in this town is incredible. But when I play that song, I always close my show now with that song, and it's found an audience, and the more people that hear it, the more that say yes, that's what about. I get emails and text messages and things like this, like where you've contacted me about people wanting to know more about the song and more about what I do because of that song.
I can see why.
I'm very appreciative of it. It's become very special to me.
Do you consider yourself a writer, an artist, or both?
I consider myself a writer. The other stuff I do, because you have to make a living, and cuts in the streaming industry, they don't pay what they used to, and even if they do pay, collecting them is another thing entirely. But I am known around town as a songwriter, and what I primarily do is I write with people, and try to get my songs out there. I do the other thing to help support myself so that I can write more songs.
Well, you're doing a hell of a job, I got to tell you that.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. So what do you do to wind down, as in when you're not writing songs, when you're not working, when you're not on stage, what do you do?
Oh, there's a lot of things. Well, one of my wife and I do a lot of things together. One of our favorite things is every day, first thing in the morning, we go out we have a deck on the back, and we will read our devotionals and books and talk about what we want to do, drink our coffee. And we'll spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour out there just, chilling and making sure we're in contact with each other. We finish up our day a lot of times the same way, sitting on the back deck looking at the moon and talking about, what we want to do the next day and our dreams and our plans. So
that sounds like a song.
So my album's coming out in November, and there is a song on there that's called Old Like This. And every line in that song comes from a scene that took place between my wife and I. Before we got married, I lived in another part of town, and I had a nice swing out in the backyard, and we'd sit on that swing, looking at the moon, and just like we do now, talk. And one day, she said something to me, and we both were just, we were dating at the time. We both were just so enthralled with the relationship, and the line hit me: I could grow old like this, because I was at such peace, and that's kind of continued on. Now don't get me wrong, we've had some spats here and there, but the bottom line is, at the core, we know that the other person's a good person, and I wouldn't trade what I have right now for anything in the world.
Can you call yourself a storyteller?
Yeah, I think that's my style. One of the reasons I got all these cuts overseas in the UK and Ireland things is because of story songs, and most of what I write has been based off of maybe the story itself wasn't based on my life, but it was about something in my life I could draw on to be able to write the story. And the person that I had a couple of mentors as I was starting in this business. Probably the most influential was a gentleman by the name of David McKechnie, and he wrote some. If you're familiar with Martina McBride's "Phones Are Ringing All Over Town," "Sweet Melinda" with John Denver. He was a staff writer for Kenny. He had a couple Kenny cuts, but he always told me that you needed to put furniture in your songs, and what he meant by that was rather than telling someone in the song they're sad, describe sad. So maybe the sad is I looked at the picture that of us back in 1922 or whatever, something that describes sad. And if you can, the eggs were burnt, the toast was cold, things where you see the scene and then you know what the person is feeling. And that's what I try to do a lot of times, during the verses. And then, of course, I try to sum it up when I get to the choruses with kind of the overall theme of what the song is. So, I think I'm a storyteller.
Paint a picture in the listener's mind.
Yeah, but you got to give them enough freedom that it's not your life they're seeing, it's theirs.
Well, you're 6 strings away.
My strings probably are sick, but
Well, that song makes me think of student life. You're happy, you go lucky, you're chilling out, you're sleeping in the back of your car, you don't really care. You're
just happy.
You're dressed all scruffy, but you've got exactly what you need because you've got your music and you've got whatever change you've got in your pocket.
Yeah, well, there's some any songwriter musician I think is going to be part dreamer, and there's some idealism in there. When I moved back here in January of 14, I basically started over, and I was living in a bedroom of a roommate that I'd had 30 years ago. And although I was going through some emotional trials at the time, the simplicity of my life, the lack of the responsibilities that I had had for so long, just were very freeing. And then to be able to start, doing what I wanted to do all my life was just incredible. So I don't even know how I got back to that one from your question, but it is an idealistic world, and dreamers live there. You still got to have food on the table. You still got to pay the bills. But you tell me a musician who hadn't slept in a car, and I'll show you someone who had been, who hadn't really paid his dues, because that's part of it.
The minutes she remembers.
Yeah.
That tears your heart out. I'm going to have to say safely here, I'm very comfortable saying this, but that's someone very close to you?
Yes, there's actually two. I have a co-writer on that one also, Nick Nichols, and it's based on a combination of a couple things. That was the hook that one of the hooks that I brought into a session, and my story on that one is I had the biggest crush of all time on my 4th grade music teacher, Mrs. Lewis. She was hot. And her husband ended up being my junior high band director, and one of the funniest, nicest men I've known. They both had a huge influence on me. I went back to my hometown in Midland once, and I contacted them, and I met them for lunch. And they were just as wonderful as always, but there was something different about Mrs. Lewis, and there's kind of like this gaze or glaze on her eyes, and I found out that she had Alzheimer's, and it really affected me. And so I came back to Nashville, and one day, my uncle Lewis had Alzheimer's, and I know some other people, but those were the 2 closest people. And I remember one of my cousins saying something about, they would hang around, and every once in a while their dad would come back. And Mr. Lewis had told me something about, every once in a while, Mrs. Lewis would come back. And so I thought, how do these caregivers, they talk about they don't even recognize, how do you, if your own mother doesn't recognize you, what are their, what are they, that's got to be tough. And then the line hit me. They live for the minutes that their loved one remembers. So I shared that with Nick, and both of his parents had gone through Alzheimer's. And so Nick and I'm sitting here and we're in my studio writing. And so since all my knowledge was secondhand from observation, I'm sitting there, okay, Nick, what else happened? What else happened? And he would tell me stories, and some of them, were, as if you talk to the people who are caregivers, they laugh at some of the stories because, they're funny now, but on one level, it just would tear people apart.
Right, exactly.
The story that he told me that just killed me was that, and there's a line in the song that deals with it, but he said that he would look at his mother and says, "Who am I?" And so his name is Nick, and she'd say, "Oh, you're Ben." He said, "That's right, Mom, I'm Ben." And I said, "What? Why did you tell her that?" He says, "Because it was less painful to let her think I was Ben than her to not know who I was." And I just almost cried on the spot. And so in the song, there's the one, "I know she'd say I love you if she only knew my name." So there's that song is you talk about getting some people going crazy over song and touching people's lives. That's another song I'm very proud of because it has made a difference in some people's lives.
Yeah, I really get that very. Oh boy, it's a I guess. Well, you probably know from letters you get and things. It's very hard feeling to describe, but I don't know if it's emptiness or broken heart or gee, I'm glad that doesn't happen to me, or I can't explain it, but I just it just turns your insides inside out, I guess.
Yeah, and then the guy who did the video for me did just an incredible job and on a very tight budget, and that's another one of those. I'm just very, very pleased with the results of that it's had an impact on people's lives.
So what's your future plans? I mean, are you going to just lean more toward writing after your CD's finished, or are you going to try to just keep doing what you're doing?
Well, you wing it. I've got I have a very close friend in Ireland who, his name is Jordan Mogi, and I would encourage anyone, if you love traditional country music, you need to look this guy up.
Oh, let me cut you off. We have Jordan Mogi songs, and there isn't a bad one in the bunch.
He is incredible. Well, he's got an album coming out that's got 12 songs on it that he and I co-wrote with our friend Gerald Smith. They're all three-way rights. So those are coming out.
Yeah, we had Jordan. We had Jordan on the show. How long ago was that? A year ago?
Yeah, about a year ago. He's amazing.
What a great guy.
Oh, he's incredible, and what a humble person. Great voice. I love him like a brother. We kid around. He's my brother from an Irish mother, and he's been here, and he's going to be coming back. And when I went to Ireland the first time, I didn't know him then. But we've already made plans, and I'm going to go over there, and we're going to do some more stuff together. Okay. But anyway, you asked him about songwriting. That's coming out. I just had a song released with a very talented young lady named Alyssa Trahan. She's having her stuff distributed through Sony. Matter of fact, if anyone's listening out there, go find Alyssa Trahan, Leading the Pack. Great song, great singer, great person. So I'm going to continue to write songs and continue to pitch them. I just contacted someone the other day about doing another album. I'm actually looking at probably doing 2 smaller EPs rather than 1 large album. And I'm going to probably start on that within the next 2 months. So I'll do it until I run out of money. And if I run out of money, then I'll sell everything I got and do another one.
Is that all you do now, is just write and sing?
That, and my wife and I run an Airbnb.
There you go.
Is that a bed and breakfast, as I know it, or what you guys know it?
It's kind of a bed. We don't cook the people the breakfast. We have the room. We have a very large Airbnb. It's the whole second floor of our house, and we accommodate 12 to 16 people up there, and we really enjoy it. To be honest, I mean it's fun.
What does the word air mean when you say Airbnb? I've seen that so much, but I don't quite put it together.
Well, my understanding, and this is what I was told was people that started this company started by, they had like a bedroom or they pull in extra money. They advertised, if you need to stay here for the night, we have a couple of air mattresses and you can sleep in our spare room. And they started doing so well with it that they connected via the computer to a lot of other people who had like a bed or an air mattress or a cot, or so that people coming to their town could find a place to stay. Well, then it's expanded to where it was rooms and then entire floors, entire units. So it's basically kind of like for us, we have 3-bedroom suites upstairs, and then we have a sleeping loft along with that. And it's really an entire apartment. And people come to town. We don't cook food for them. We don't do anything like that. We just make sure that everything is clean and spotless when they come. And if they need any help as far as their way around town, my wife makes sure they know where everything is. So it's short-term rental.
Those air beds, I think I would be tempted to be outside the room when they're in bed at night, be outside the room and make one of those like noises like air's being deflated from something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
She's a troublemaker.
I am a troublemaker. I love to cause trouble.
Hey, since you moved to Nashville, have you ever been starstruck?
I don't think I've ever really been starstruck. I met my first time here. I met quite a few of the stars, and so they're kind of respectful. Yeah, cautious about approaching. There's still some boundary rules I think that are in place, but I'm never starstruck with any person that I've met. Now, the closest I come to being starstruck, and my musical idol was Jim Croce, and I flew to San Diego with my wife, and his widow had opened a restaurant there called Croce's, and I met her, and that was the closest I think I've been to starstruck. That was really an incredible evening.
You got any important rules that you live by?
I guess my rules, first and foremost, I hope I live my faith. I don't try to preach it. I think that if I'm going to put it in a phrase, my basketball coach once says, "What you are speaks so loudly, I can't hear a thing you're saying." So I try to be authentic.
Wow, that's deep.
Outside of my dad, my basketball coach was probably the most influential man in my life. And so I try to be authentic. I try to live my faith. And then I had the only other 2 rules I'd live with are the ones that I was told by my Savior, and that is love God with all my heart, all my soul, and all my mind. Love my neighbor as myself. I just try to do the right thing. I don't always succeed. I've hurt people. I made enemies along the way. I've done things I shouldn't have done, but I try my best to do the best I can.
You have any heroes?
Oh, I have a lot of them. My dad, first and foremost. Jim Croce was a musical hero. I think those would be my 2 biggest heroes. As far as my basketball coach, I'm just thinking about the people.
And that music teacher.
Yeah. Mr. Lewis, Mrs. Lewis and Mr. Lewis are special. And I don't put them in terms of heroes, and maybe I should. I put them in terms of just they affected not just my life, but thousands of people's. I mean, the kids that they had an influence on, and so for me, I look at it as a hero, as a role model. I put them on a pedestal, and I don't want to sound like I don't honor those 2 because they are so special to me and they did so much for me. But the heroes are the ones you modeled your life after, and I didn't become a teacher.
I see. Let me give you my 10 boring questions, and then we'll let you go.
Oh, these are so boring.
Uh-oh. Okay.
She thinks these are so dull.
Well, they are. They are very dull questions.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word? Wow.
But you wasn't expecting it to be that boring, was you?
No, I just want to make sure that I want to make sure I give you, at least I may give you one of the top 10. I guess because one out of all the words that are in the world, I don't know. I guess my faith, Faith. I hope I spelled it right. Faith.
What's your least favorite word?
Hate, anger. One of those 2.
What turns you on?
Authenticity or creativity. those are probably as far as I was thinking of words, things. The thing that just gets me excited about life is creating. I could, if I'm in, it doesn't matter if I'm creating something with wood or something with paper, words, music, videos. I do a lot of video things. Creating is probably the biggest turn on I have in my life.
What turns you off?
Injustice.
There's plenty of that.
Yeah.
What sound do you love?
There's a lot of sounds. Probably the most comforting thing. I don't know if it's a sound. It makes a sound, but it's not. You're gonna probably think, oh, man, I thought this guy's weird. He really is. I've always equated, probably in some of the most trying times of my life, I've gone walking. I love to go walking. There's a little lake around here called Radnor Lake that I lived at the first year I was here. I moved back. There's just a lot of, I love walking through nature. But even back when I lived in McKinney, there's Town Lake there, and I used to walk around that. And and in those walks, I'm talking to God, or silently praying to Him. And I always felt that His way of answering me was a little gust of wind or a little bit of a breeze. So if I feel a little bit of a breeze or a wind blow by me, I feel like He's caressing me. And it makes a sound through your ears, but it's something I feel more than anything else.
Now, why would anybody think that's so odd?
I don't know. Sometimes you get afraid of sharing some of the stuff that you feel.
You're more than welcome to go as deep as you want, because some of us may understand whether you think they don't or not. What sound do you hate?
Oh, gee. I can tell you today the sound I hated was my little puppy yapping at 4:30 in the morning. I hated the bark. Yeah, every once in a while he was another Adam and his girlfriend Kate, and went to an Irish pub here, and we toasted with Middleton. And my wedding to my wife Cindy, we bought a couple of bottles of Middleton to have a toast. We bring it out for special occasions. It's a little expensive, but it's my favorite alcoholic drink.
It's very good. What profession other than yours would you like to attempt?
Okay, if we can play fantasy, professional basketball.
What profession would you not like to do?
Oh.
We've had a gauntlet of answers for this one.
Well, just going into the chat room for a second, Russell Craig in the chat says that he hates the sound of Randy's sarcasm. he loves you, really, Randy.
He's another great artist. He's been on the show,
yeah,
too.
Russell Craig. Go in the YouTube and type in Russell Craig, Call Me the Rain. It's my favourite Russell Craig tune. I've played it that many times.
Profession, I don't anything where I'm going to be locked in a room, selling insurance or sitting at a desk, anything that takes me where I'm locked in a room. If it's a regimented job, I don't want to do it.
Understood completely. One more, the easy one.
Okay.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well done, my good and faithful servant.
And it's that easy, isn't it?
Well, it's what I'm hoping for. I mean, it's not what I'm hoping for. It's what I'm assured of. I know that I'm never going to be a perfect human being. I've got more mistakes in my life than I ever want to. I've had to face up with a lot of different things. So, but I rest in the faith that someone died for my sins, and that I'm doing the best I can, and that it's not my efforts that are going to get me saved. It's going to be, my Savior, and I'm grateful for what He's given me. He has done so much for me. I'm living a life that I could have only dreamed of and did dream of. So I'm very grateful that I can write music. I'm very grateful that I have a beautiful house to live in. I'm very grateful for the friends and people who want to write with me, hunt me out to write with me. I'm grateful I get to sing songs. I'm grateful that I get to talk to you all about my music. I'm grateful for all the friends that I've made throughout. I have so many friends in McKinney. My church there is incredible. So I have a lot to be thankful for.
Well, you were an amazing man, and we were so honored to have you stop and spend a little time with us and tell us about some of these songs and where you've been and what you've done. Just can't thank you enough.
I appreciate the opportunity, and when I get back there with this next little tour, I will definitely give you all a buzz. Maybe we can connect.
Hook up with us.
Warn us in advance so I can hide everything.
So we can hide the dog. He's pretty big. He's like a horse.
And I was thinking more like clean the house up and clean the shop up because it's all combined into one place. Well, thank you very much, Kent Maxson. You're awesome. And we're going to play your, of course, 6 Strings Away and Drunk a Little More, the last 2 songs we have.
I appreciate it. Y'all have a great evening.
Thank you very much. And tell Nashville I said hey.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yankee and the Brit on an independent Sunday night. Here he is, Kent Maxson, with that very cool tune, 6 Strings Away from My Dreams.
The tip jar's filled with bills and change. The whiskey's cheap, and I made a few new friends. Yeah, life ain't so bad when someone pays your tab at 3 a.m. I sold some CDs and a few t-shirts, gave an autograph, got a phone number. Lord, I love my job, I can't really call it work. I'm sleeping in the back of my old Cherokee, living on my music and eating mac and cheese. I got empty pockets and holes in my jeans, but I'm close, so close, just 6 strings away from my dreams. I sat behind a desk before I finally found my place, on top of the world, singing on the smoky stage. Yeah, you can have your suit, I'll keep my cowboy boots and this guitar. Paper and a pen and a 3-chord melody. Everything I am comes pouring out of me. To be true to myself, I can't do nothing else but sing. I'm sleeping in the back of my old Cherokee, living on my music and eating mac and cheese. I got empty pockets and holes in my jeans, but I'm close, so close, just 6 strings away from my dreams. I'm sleeping in the back of my old Cherokee. Sometimes it's so hard, there's no place I'd rather be. I got empty pockets and holes in my jeans, but I'm close, so close, just 6 strings away from my dreams. The tip jar's filled with bills and change. The whiskey's cheap, and I made a few new friends.
Kent Maxson, one of our favorite tunes, 6 Strings Away from My Dreams. Here he is one more, Drunk a Little More. Kent Maxson. Thank you, Kent. Great guy.
Yeah, the night we met, we were 6 drinks in, started arguing about who knows what. Well, the sparks were flying, for last call we were dying to leave so we could kiss and make up. Sometimes a good idea is just a bad idea, soaked in whiskey and poured on the rocks. If I'd known then what I know now, instead of you I would have laid my money money down. Let Jack Daniels mess with my head, but I let you do that instead. Fighting with you like it was something we're fighting for. I'd have been better passed out on the floor. I should have drunk a little more. All the fighting that we're doing, all the making up and screwing around with each other's head, just wasted time. Little bit of yours, lot of mine. How many damn times have we said? Sometimes a good idea is just a bad idea, soaked in whiskey and poured on the rocks. If I'd known then what I know now, instead of you, I would have laid my money down. Let Jack Daniels mess with my head, but I let you do that instead. Fighting with you like it was something we're fighting for. I'd have been better passed out on the floor. I should have drunk a little more. I've had enough of you, had enough of us. Honey, there ain't nothing left to discuss. I'm tired of spinning my wheels like I'm stuck in the mud. If I'd known then what I know now, instead of you, I would have laid my money down. Let Jack Daniels mess with my head, but I let you do that instead. If I'd known then what I know now, instead of you, I would have laid my money down. Let Jack Daniels mess with my head, but I let you do that instead. Fighting with you like it was something worth fighting for. I'd have been better passed out on the floor. I should have drunk a little more. Yeah, next time I see you, I'm drinking a whole lot more.
Kent Maxson. Drunk a little more. Yankee and the Brit Independent Sunday night.
Yes, a Independent Sunday night, and we do have some new music that's come through to our email tonight. We've not had a chance to check it and
No,
so
we're
listen
just
to
going to
it, so
play
we
it
are gonna
and
hear
see
it
what's
tonight.
up.
Yeah.
Let me say a quick hello to Russell Craig and a great big thank you to Kent Maxson. What a great guy, man. He's
Yes.
so easy to talk to.
sir.
Great voice. Cool, calm, relaxed. I just love the guy. He's awesome.
It'll be cool to see when he comes to Texas, won't he?
Yeah, I'm tickled to death with the people that come through this show.
And we need to
We meet some
kidnap.
of the greatest people.
We need to kidnap Russell Craig, and he can come to Texas and jam for us.
Oh, yeah.
I want everybody that's ever come on this show to come to Texas.
We'll plug you right into the board and let you jam.
Yeah, all of you have like a big collaboration in our garden.
We are the world in the Yankee studio. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Anyway, Russell said he would love to meet our dog one day. You might not be able to meet him tonight, but he'll certainly say hello to you on
He'd
the
like
show.
to be what?
He said he would love to see our dog one day. And he
Oh.
said he might not be able to meet him tonight, but he'll be able to talk to him on the show.
Did I hear somebody say dog? Yes, you did hear somebody say dog. Let me over here to the microphone. Well, come over here. You know how to get up close.
Come on, get up here.
Hey, Russell Craig. How are you, buddy? He's not answering.
He's got green vinyl hanging from his mouth.
I was having salad. Oh, salad.
Dog, you do not eat salad.
Since when is green vinyl salad? Well, it's something to eat. You never feed me. Hey. Look at him. I thought he was really going to say something.
I know, he looked like he was about to talk
You
then.
want to talk to Russell? Go ahead.
Say hello.
Hello, Russell.
Can you talk?
I can if you want.
Talk again. Hey, Alfred, come here. Come and talk.
You got to go outside. Yeah?
Say it. Talk.
Say outside.
Oh, he's just just covered us. It's just covered us in doggy glee.
Oh, you're too much, buddy. Well, it's nice to meet you, Russell. I gotta go have a leak.
Are you going to talk? Speak. Come on, speak. Speak. Come on, speak.
Speak. Say hi, Russell.
Do it.
Speak. Where is he?
He's in the microphone.
Right here.
Russell's in the
Up here?
microphone.
Is this where he is? Yeah, right here. Talk
Up
to
there.
him. What do you want to say? Well, you've said enough, haven't you? Do you need to go outside? Really? You gotta go out?
Say
Can
now.
you say outside?
Say now.
Can you say outside?
Come on, speak.
Say it. Say outside.
We can goad him into talking.
I know, he usually does. I'm surprised he hasn't.
Russell says, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? What do you think he is? A bird? Do you think he's a budgie?" Oh, look at his little face, his little big fat face.
Anyways, let's get on to this tune over here, and I want to play a Russell Craig tune.
Hey, good looking.
This is the Midnight Kahuna, the Coco Pelli song.
What you got cooking?
Check this out, man. This is going to be cool. I'm sure of it.
Howdy, y'all. This is Steve Hickstick Hickman. For the hottest in independent country music, tune in to Yankee and the Brit.
Like a cocoa belly, 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 like a cocoa belly. Oh, you'll be coming on home, driving a Chevy, oh, like a stealth ball. No one might ever notice until it's long gone. Living and loving all night long. Oh, when those boys move along, oh, you'll be coming on strong. Like a cocoa belly, oh, you'll be playing his horn. Making the children laugh while romancing their moms. Oh, when those boys move along, oh, she'll be singing his song. Living and loving, all I wanna do. Living and loving.
la 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 la. Midnight Kahuna. The Cocopelli song. I like it. That's pretty cool.
I think that song's going to get some airplay on this show.
I think it'll get a little bit from me if
Makes
it
you wanna
doesn't get it from
up
anybody
and,
else.
Makes you want to get up and dance and feel happy,
I
doesn't
know.
it?
Well, that's what I said. The genre on the download said it was tropical. It's got that. That's a good
like
cruise
it.
ship song.
Yes, yes.
I wanna go on a cruise ship and party, man.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you very much for sending that. We just got it just before Kent came on. It was great. And thanks again to Kent Maxson. What a great guy, man. I can't say enough. The guy's cool. Love that.
Yes.
Alrighty, moving right along over yonder. Russell
Come
Craig.
on, it's my turn now.
Yes,
my
it's your turn. Okay, Russell Craig. Call Me the Rain.
This is your summer radio station.
The Yankee and the Brit Show on RTM Radio.
Call me the wall, 'cause I won't break. Girls call me the reptile, 'cause I'm like a snake. You can call me the wind, 'cause I'm blowing away. Yeah, I've been called a lot of things, but call me the rain. Call me the rain, 'cause I make it pour. Call me the rain, outside your door. I'll bring the thunder, and I'll wash it all away. Yeah, I've been called a lot of things, but call me the rain. Bring the storm clouds, I can block the sun, and I can make the lightning flash. Oh, I can make it run. And then you're a hurricane. Call me the rain, call me the rain, 'cause I'll make it pour. Call me the rain, outside your door. I'll bring the thunder, and I'll wash it all away. I've been called a lot of things, but call me the rain. Yeah, call me the rain, 'cause I'll make it pour. Call me the rain, I'm outside. I'm outside your door. I'll bring the thunder, and I'll wash it all away. Yeah, I've been called a lot of things,
But call me the
a lot of
rain.
things. But call me the rain.
Call me the
Call me the rain.
Close friend of mine.
My.
This is Lomax. Let the rain come down.
Oh baby, let it come on down. listen. Sitting here on a Monday, just a little bit lonely. Think I'll call my baby up and see what she's up to. Wow, honey, can you come over? Can you come over? Sit and just snuggle, watch a little TV. Just you and me, we can make this an all-day thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Outside, and you by my side. Let the rain come down. Let the rain come down, baby. Oh, I can't think of nothing better, baby. Together, let the rain come down. Let the rain come down. Listen. Now we've been kicking it. Oh, it seems like forever. It's just like good wine. It gets better with time. What more can I say? Yeah. When you're working on me, and I'm laying it down, baby. Who cares how wet we both gonna get? Let the rain come down, baby. By my side, let the rain come down. Oh, yeah. Let the rain come down, baby. Oh, me and you together, let the rain come down. Let it come on down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Outside. By my side, let the rain come down. Let it come on down. Hey, let it come on down. Yeah. Nothing better than me and you together. Let the rain come down. There's one thing I wanna say to you, baby. Now we've been kicking it, and it seems like forever. It's just like good wine gets better with time. What more can I say? Yeah. When you're working on me, and I'm laying it down, who cares how wet we both gonna get? I just love it, baby, when the rain comes down. Let's get wet, honey. By my side, let the rain come down. Let the rain come down, baby. Nothing better than me and you together. Let the rain come down.
Wow, Lomax, let the rain come down. That is smooth, baby. I love
Jeez,
it.
Louise.
Yeah, thank you, Russell. We tried, man.
Yes,
all these
thank
great
you,
new
Russell.
artists. And Independent Sunday, of course, is when you get all the new music that we get through the week and everything. Doesn't matter what it is or where it came from. You get the tunes. We play them all. It's great stuff. And I agree with Russell Craig. Ain't played a bad tune yet. Hey, we've got lots of good stuff, man. There's a couple here and there, but basically we like them all, and it's hard to choose them. But the ones that we like the most are the ones that give you that uptown happy feeling. You know what I'm
Uptown,
saying?
bunk you up. Uptown, bunk you up.
Yeah, that too. Here's McKaylen Hay and Fade Away with the Yankee and the Brit.
Want to be a semi-famous radio show host like Randy and Donna? Well, then drink massive amounts of alcohol, buy a trailer home, and don't show up to work on time. The Yankee and the Brit Show on RTM Radio.
Saying everything's the same, but I can tell when something's changed. I know you enough. I know you. Saying everything is fine, but I can see it in your eyes. Can you let me know where you wanna go?
this is Donna from the Yankee and the Brit Show.
And I'm Random Man.
And we invite you to join us on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday night for some terrible music.
And a lot of great, hideous, disgustingly ignorant jokes.
Some tragic humour.
And the occasional prank call. Find us on Facebook. It's the Yankee and the Brit Show. Please share the page. And this is Nina Flosseth. She is from Norway. Our love was meant to be.
All the way from Norway. Very, very cool. I have an idea to tell you guys about in a few moments.
Like the green hills and roll on forever. Like the flower and the honeybee. Like the shining redwood forest. Our love was meant to be. Like the mountain snows are melting into the mighty Mississippi. Like that delta captain growing. Our love was meant to be. Our love is a strong one. No wrong will trade on me. No wrong will trade on me. Our love will go on and on, 'cause our love was meant to be. Girl, we got something to believe in, and that's all we ever need. And there ain't nothing that we can do. Our love was meant to be. When I hear you saying forever, and I feel your arms around me, and when I see what our love's made in our little baby's face, God knows it was meant to be. Whoa, our love is a strong one. No wrong will trade on me. Our love will go on and on, 'cause our love was meant to be. Our love was meant to be.
Your choice for country music, the RTM Radio Network.
Up at the crack of dawn, put my work boots on and I'm out the door before the sunrise. Bust my ass for a little cash to get a little stash. Moonshine. Oh yeah. Down here, that's the only way we know. Six strings, four-wheel drive. Country folks carry on Southern pride. Up at the crack of dawn and we work till dark. We pay respect, only words too. We stand for the flag in America too. Raising hell by the fire when the sun goes down. How does that country sound? Out in before the sun comes up, I'll camoed up to the deer stand. We kill some time with a cricket on the line. Suits me fine, 'cause I'm a country man. Oh, yeah. And down here, that's the only way we know. 6 strings, 4-wheel drive. Country folks carry on Southern pride. Up like the crack of dawn, and we work till dark. We pay respect only where it's due. We stand for the flag in America too. Raising hell by the fire when the sun goes down. How does that country sound? We pay respect only where it's due. We stand for the flag in America too. Raising hell by the fire when the sun goes down. How does that country sound? How does that country sound?
Sean Kennedy and that country sound. Here's Stephen Calley from upstate New York, Cato to be exact, American Farmers.
He wakes up, kisses his wife, walks out the door. Black cup of coffee, Copenhagen rain, he's good to go. He doesn't make a lot of money doing what he does. He does it 'cause it's what he loves and what he knows. Watching that corn growing rows, and all around this red, white, and blue, there's folks like me and you with a farmer stand, working on the land. Round and round they go. They don't make a lot of money doing what they do. They do it for me and you and our families. Proud to be American farmers. Oh yeah, American farmers. Two cattle stands, same wooden van since '82. Just laughs when you ask them about all the hard times they made it through. Tell you a story about the good old days. All you needed was God and faith and a little grain. It was okay to raise some cane. And all around this red, white, and blue, there's folks like me and you with a farmer stand, working on the land. Round and round they go. They don't make a lot of money doing what they do. They do it for me and you and our families. We're proud to be American farmers. Oh yeah, American farmers. What Grandpa started and his dad way back when. They told me the only thing for sure is dirt and work never end. And all around this red, white, and blue, there's folks like me and you with a farmer stand, working on the land. Round and round they go. They don't make a lot of money doing what they do. They do it for me and you and our families. Proud to be American farmers. Oh yeah, American farmers. American farmers. Oh yeah, American farmers. Oh
Yanki and the Brit on an independent Sunday night. All this great music every other Sunday. Make sure you come by and check it out. Tell your friends, spread the word, share the page, do all that Facebook stuff that you do. Cool things going on here. Let me see if I can get this right, but a quick shout out here to Lika Kanuki.
Yes.
And if that's wrong and I damaged it,
Look at that cool outfit.
better send me the right way to say it.
He says that's him with the top hat on.
I know, he's killing me.
Very cool.
Got it made in the shade over there in that chair.
Yes, I see you having
Smoking
lots
that
of
big
fun.
old stogie. Pretty cool. Those we haven't wore those. See, he gave us another once in a while.
That
That's
one
an
doesn't
idea.
fit my head properly, but you like that one there.
Any hoo-ha, it's time for my favorite sing-along song.
Uh-oh.
I know, and I think I'll probably post the words this time. I haven't done that in a couple shows here.
I think I'm overwhelmed with all this cool music.
Lots of it tonight, too, man. Lomax was awesome. I love that tune. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let me get these words here, and I'll post these up.
Yeah.
What a wicked tune. Your barn burns down, baby, and it ain't a good thing, I'll tell you what. You ready, wife?
Ready.
Joe was out in the field one day, shucking corn and baling hay. Well, here comes Sue, the neighbor's wife, with a glass of tea and a dress too tight. All the women knew all over town, Joe had the biggest barn around. He was showing it off to Sue one night. They both saw a flickering light. Well, it didn't take long till the head caught fire. They ran out as flames went high. Joe barely had his pants on yet when the bullet buzzed right by Joe's head. Rumors and embers float all over town. You play with fire, you leave ash on the ground. Lessons we learned are so simple. Barn Joe just disappeared, went up in smoke. Now I'm not saying Sue gets around, but just last week another barn. Nobody knows what became of fire. Lessons we learn are so simple, true yet profound. Shuck another man's corn, milk another man's cow. Wake up in the morning with your barn burned down. Oh, the barn burned down. Barn burns down. Barn burns down.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about right there. Nothing but trouble. Trouble. Hey, this is Thomas Gabriel. This is the grandson of Johnny Cash, and this dude sounds awesome. Donna's working on getting him on the show with us. You got to hear this. This is too cool. If you haven't heard of it or heard of Thomas Gabriel, you're in for a treat. This is cool stuff. We got 4 or 5 songs they sent us, last week was it they sent these over?
Yes, sir.
And I freaked out. It's like, no way, man, I got to hear this. And when I heard these, I was in love. These are awesome. Check this out. Thomas Gabriel, Everything Must Be Sold. You smell that fresh coffee, wife?
Oh, yes,
In the
sir.
shadow of a corner store, as the night was growing cold, I heard an old man crying out, everything must be sold. The wheels that make this world go round, everything must be sold. The dollar, euro, yen, and pound, everything must be sold.